I've been able to make a little over $10,000 betting on sports in the first 11 days of May. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys exactly how I did it and how you guys can do the exact same thing for yourself. As you guys can see on the screen, these are just a couple of the wins that I'm showing you guys that I've hit from May 1st to today. And as you guys can see, all of these are winners of over $200-300 or more. All these plays are also posted inside of my Discord, so we do have a track record showing you guys that I did hit all of these plays, and they were all posted for my community of over 15,000 members. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I did it. So the actual tool that I use to be profitable is no secret, and everybody has access to it. I use this tool called Line Crush to be profitable because all it does is simply give me the best suggested picks, and all I do is take them from there. Now, one other strategy that I do use is I do straight bets. Straight bets are the most profitable way to sports bet once you have a bigger bankroll. When you're able to make $500 or $1,000 on one single bet, it lessens the probability of that bet possibly missing. Whereas if you were to put 2, 3, 4 legs together, you're now making it less probable for that play to hit, considering every prop is almost like a 50-50. So doing straight bets and combining that with using this research tool, Line Crush, I've been able to make thousands of dollars betting on sports in just the first 11 days of May. Now, Line Crush is a super simple app that you guys can use. It's pretty straightforward. All you do is come on our actual Vibe research section, and you could see suggested props that they give you, and you could just look through the analysis and decide if you want to take that bet or not. So as you can see, I can filter it by a specific sport. I'm currently more into NBA because of the NBA playoffs, so I can filter it by NBA. I can also go ahead and filter it by a specific book that I'm using. Now, I like to be on DraftKings because I like to take straight bets, so I stay on DraftKings here. And then I also have other filters if I'm trying to look for best EV, arbitrage, or the type of bet I'm looking for depending on the quality. So I want higher quality bets, so I'm going to turn the quality to just be signal, which means these are the most high quality bets. And what this tool actually uses to do its research is something called vibes. So it doesn't just look at stats. It doesn't look at last 5, last 10, last 15. It actually looks at the vibe of the bet. So it looks and sees how these guys are talking in interviews, or what they're saying on tweets, or what they're saying on quotes. So this mixed up with also stats is one of the best research tools that you can get. So for example, I can look through these plays, and if I like this play, I can look at the reasoning why. So they suggest Rui Hachimura over 14.5 points.
Green Giant.
And the reasoning is simple. Hachimura is locked into an absolute floor of 36 minutes in a must-win game and a highly exploitable matchup. I can also see some other reasonings why. For example, his aggressive intent to post up smaller defenders is allowing him to score more. I can also see some other reasonings as well, as you can see, which basically gives me an indication that Rui should be able to go over based on the matchup and his minutes, clearly stated by this. I can then go to the stats and also back that up as well and see he's hit this line the last 6 out of 10 games, and every single game so far going against the Thunder, which means I think this is a pretty good bet. Now, if I like this bet, I can simply add it to my cart, and it goes ahead and shows up down here, which means now if I click my cart, I can go and quickly place this bet by clicking the place vibe bet. But I'm not done yet because I want to look at some more bets as well. So I can continue line shopping and see, hey, okay, I like Donovan Mitchell as well. I can add this to my cart, and I can go ahead and look at some other props. If I don't want the suggested prop, I can also go to stats and change the prop. Let's say I want Cade Cunningham points instead, and I can look at his points and see, hey, he's hit this points line the last 7 out of 10 games. Let's maybe put this to 29.5 and go ahead and take the best book on here, which is DraftKings at plus 145. So now I have this specific bet. I add it to my cart. Now I have everything that I want. Now, all I can do is place vibe, and it takes me over to DraftKings, where I can now see all of my bets and simply and very easily place the bet. This site makes it super simple for me to place my picks to where I can research picks in less than an hour and be able to see the same results that you guys seen before, where I make thousands of dollars betting on these players. And if you guys are interested in more guaranteed wins, you guys should definitely check out the arbitrage section on this tool. So if I go ahead and look at all sports and I go ahead and do all books, it's going to show me my arbitrage opportunities to basically get a guaranteed profit. If you guys don't know what arbitrage is, it means betting on the same prop on 2 different sports books to get a line discrepancy to where you get guaranteed money no matter what happens. For example, Luke Cornett, I can take him on ProfitX at over rebounds, assists 8.5, and I can take him under at BetMGM for under 8.5. If I do both of these, I can guarantee myself at least a 6% ROI if I put $46 or 46% of my bet on ProfitX and $54 or 55% of my bet or 54% of my bet on BetMGM. And the reason why this works is because the plus money is actually a greater number than the minus money. And that's exactly how arbitrage works. Any bet where the plus money is greater than the minus, it's a guaranteed way of hitting if you got the two different books. Another thing we can do as well on the Line Crush site is you can actually go ahead and look at yesterday's bets to see how they perform. So if we go to yesterday, we can actually see that every single model actually was profitable. The V4 model went 6 and 5, up 1.01 units or 9.2% ROI. The V2 went up 11 and 7 on the bets, which is a 61%, so it went up 6 units or 34%. And the V1 slight lean was 1 and 0, which means it went up 0.89 units or 89%. And it shows you exactly what bets it suggested. For example, Paul George under 17.5. It suggested Dylan Harper over 14.5 at plus money, which you can see this cleared super easily. If you would have took his spiked version at 24.5, you would have cashed out a plus 1,000 play if you took this bet. And this is just some of the bets that you guys can see. There are a ton of more bets that they give you, and again, it's all transparent and it all is tracked. That's why I love using this app, so I can see what are winning days and what are losing days, and I can also see what specific model I want to use for my bets to be the most profitable. And even though this tool just shows specific players, you can still actually search up a specific player yourself. So let's say I want to search up Cade Cunningham. I can just search up Cade and it will go ahead and show me Cade Cunningham right here, and I can look at any stat I want and research anything I want. If I want to look at his steals, his PRA, his PR, his assists in the first quarter, etc. It's all available and all accessible for anybody to search up anything. And one last cool thing as well, this tool doesn't just have the 3x3 grid. You can also go to the iPad view, which makes it super cool and unique, and it gives you almost this Tinder type of feel to where I can just swipe left or right whether I like the product or like the play or I do not. So if I like Chet Holmgren over 27.5 points rebounds, I can simply swipe right on this and it adds it to my cart. If I don't like AJ Mitchell, I can go ahead and swipe left on him, meaning I do not like that prop. And I can continue to do this in the most easy and efficient way possible to get all of the bets I want to take and then just have them all in my cart and add them to my picks from there. This tool has been super useful for me and has been able to allow me to cash out over thousands of dollars in just one single month, and the month isn't even over. And the best thing is the tool is actually super cheap and affordable, and they're currently running a 3-day trial on both of their plans. You guys can try it out for simply as low as $7 every 3 days, or you can get the monthly for $40 with the 3-day trial, so you guys can try it out for yourself. If you guys want to try out the site for yourself, click the link in my bio or search up linecrush.com and try it out for yourself, and good luck with your picks.